It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. From TD Garden in Boston, tonight, the Boston Celtics taking on the Milwaukee Bucks. The Milwaukee Bucks control the tip. May 2018, Jay, the Bucks make the move to Mike Budenholzer roster that's built to win now.
And Coach Bud brings stability to a team that had a lot of question marks around the head coaching position. Jason Kidd gets let go last year. That caused some drama with him and Giannis and the team. You hire Joe Prunty. He comes in. He tries his best. The team ultimately loses in the first round of the Eastern Conference. But now when you bring Coach Bud to the table, you bring offensive fluidity, and that's what this team needs.
No good on the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. Irving with the basketball. Down a point. Throws it down. Man, that was sweet.
It's all about that first step, and it's all about angles. Look at the way he got his shoulders through the angle of the defender. That first step was great, but those shoulders getting through, that was a difference.
Here comes the screen. Bledsoe to Antetokounmpo. Middleton to Bledsoe. Won't go. Brown into the front court. Leads one. And Gordon Hayward knocks down a wide open look. You look at Gordon Hayward, who does he remind you of in the NBA?
Paul George more so on the offensive end. He has the height and the sides to shoot over smaller guards. Plus, I love the fact that he utilizes his body. How about in his 7 years with the Utah Jazz, he made $53 million. You're seeing his game really blossom, which is the reason why Danny Ainge signed him to that 4-year, $128 million deal.
Here comes the screen. Boston with 4 to shoot. Irving. That's how you defend.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Here comes the screen. Bledsoe to Lopez. And he's going to the free throw line.
Trust me, you want to avoid early foul trouble. Take that one as a warning.
Brook Lopez at the line. First one, counted. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Celtics have it to Hayward. Cleans it up. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
You know, I just want to thank the man above for allowing a guy like Gordon Hayward, after that horrific, awful injury he had in opening night. So good to see my dude back on the floor and doing his thing, finally healthy.
Deep two there, won't go.
And a lot of times in this league, teams take days off. But if this defense keeps maintaining that style of pace defensively, this is going to be a dogfight.
Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. To Jaylen Brown. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Buries the three. He's too good to leave that open.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the three.
Here comes the screen. Brogdon to Antetokounmpo. And watch him do the rest. Slam dunk.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
is Al Horford. Good start. He's made his first shot.
Leadership's greatest values occur in between the lines and not necessarily in the box score. And that's the type of leader that Al Horford is. He's the first all-star free agent to choose Boston in decades. And let me tell you this, the legacy of greatness runs deep in the family. His father, Tito Horford, was the first Dominican basketball player to ever play in the league, which goes to show you why Al has such a great feel for the game.
From the painted area, won't go down.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot that the offense takes, make sure that it has a 10 as far as degree of difficulty.
Able to convert inside.
You know, for a long time, I've been calling JT a young Paul Pierce because of his isolation moves, in particular in tight spaces. With fadeaways, step backs, whatever you want, he has. Now, that came from watching him a couple of years ago play at Duke Fantasy Camp in the summer. He was going against Jabari Parker for 3 days in a row. 3 days in a row, he gave Jabari the business. Now, this young kid was not even a freshman in college and was scoring any way he wanted to. And you knew that he was destined for success in the league. Danny Ainge got the steal of the draft.
Jay, 44 wins for the Bucks a year ago. 7th best record in the East. They lose a Game 7 at Boston. In your mind, foundation, is it in place in Milwaukee?
The foundation is on its way, but last year was a disappointment for the Milwaukee Bucks. 2 years ago, they finished 6th in the Eastern Conference. And last year, when you play against the Celtics, a team that does not have 2 of its star players in Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward, the Bucks should have won that. But it always seems like it comes down to injuries and lack of chemistry for the Bucks.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
Substitutions, Boston.
To Middleton. Trying to cash in. Middleton off the mark. Rozier into the front court. Just under a minute to go in what's been a hotly contested first quarter. To Marcus Morris. Gets a look. Can't hit.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Shot from the lane won't go.
Woo, I like that intensity on that play. That's how you actually dig in the dirt and do your job on the defensive end.
Bucks basketball.
Celtics foul to number 20, Gordon Hayward. That's his 2nd personal foul. Team foul number
Chris Middleton at the line. And hits the first free throw.
entering the game for the Boston Celtics. Number 42, Al Horford.
Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. Rozier shot no good. Final shot from half court off the mark. And that does it. First quarter is in the books of this one. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Ball's controlled by Boston. To Marcus Smart. Here comes the screen. Has a look. The screen sets him up for 2.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Giannis with it up top. 9-point margin to DiVincenzo. Here comes the screen. To the rim, lays it up and in.
I said this on draft night that was one of the most valued picks in the draft that year. Dante DiVincenzo, the Michael Jordan of Delaware. That's what they called him in his hometown. He scored 31 points in the national championship game. He's not afraid to do it on both ends of the court as well.
To Jaylen Brown. Here comes the screen. Rozier. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Giannis in control of the basketball. They trail by 7. A drive to the basket, but the shot rattles in and out.
And you hate to say this, but this is the reality of the matter. Sometimes it takes guys a little while to warm up into the game. Seems like they finally found their rhythm in the second quarter.
Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
There you go. Finally. Shoot your shot.
Milwaukee with the basketball.
Ed, the reason why this could be the year of the fear of the deer, last season they only had 2 players that shot over 33% from the three-point line. Now you add the Michael Jordan of Delaware and Dante DiVincenzo and also Pat Connaughton. Those are the floor spacers you need.
And Jay, don't forget Ersan Ilyasova. Talk to the people in San Antonio. Talk to Brett Brown and the Sixers at the end of last year. With his length and his ability to space the floor, that's a great addition for the Bucks. And Giannis Antetokounmpo, you mentioned him. Well, at some point, he's going to be a consistently great three-point shooter. When that time comes, look out. Now a whistle, and we'll get a timeout called by Milwaukee as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter.
Section 121 and place your bet. Don't miss your chance at some excellent memorabilia.
New blood coming in for both sides.
Substitutions. Boston.
Antetokounmpo to Lopez. Celtics come away with it.
Come on, let's dig in. Let's really build this lead.
To Horford. There it is, Al Horford. He's 2 for 2 now.
This 11-year veteran has emerged as a uniquely stabilizing force for any team he plays on. He may not ever win a prize for his fiery oratory, but his steady demeanor is part of what makes him invaluable.
That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket.
There's a reason they call him the Greek Freak. With his ball skills, pretty good. With his height, 6'11". His athleticism, 40-inch vertical plus. And he's most dangerous in transition, which is probably the reason why he had an MVP caliber year with career highs in points, rebounds, and field goal percentage.
To Lopez. Giannis for 2. Giannis Antetokounmpo. 2 of 4 now.
Giannis reminds me of Kevin Durant, and obviously their relationship has evolved even to the point where publicly KD gave him advice, and that was to play for himself. You think about the similarities, KD playing at OKC before he left for a bigger market in Golden State could be similar to the fate that of Giannis. But Giannis is a guy born of Nigerian parents, from Greece, loves small market towns, has a crack in his cell phone, likes to push a shopping cart down the aisle like anybody else. But it doesn't matter because the lights can shine bright for wherever Giannis decides to play.
Bucks at the controls. Bledsoe to Antetokounmpo. Here comes the screen. And look out. Big finish at the rim. Jay, you know the deal. Keep the touches coming inside.
As long as that defense continues to give you high percentage shots, you better take that every time.
To Marcus Smart. To Hayward. Here comes the screen. Hayward. And he throws it down. Al Horford showing off all the moves.
I mean, with so much talk these days about three-point shooting and the spacing on the court and having versatile athletic wings, sometimes when you have a dominant big man, you keep giving him the ball. You let him be that anomaly.
Missed it. They weren't going to give that to him. Giannis Antetokounmpo pins it.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Defense, let's go.
Adetokunbo to Bledsoe. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Eric Bledsoe trying to cash in on a 3-point play. For his career, 79% at the line. Free throw is good to finish off the 3-point play. And the margin down to 8. Kyrie with the rock. Inside, he scores.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Just inside the arc. At the buzzer. That's it for the first half. The Celtics own a comfortable lead.
It's Jalen Rose, and I've got your EA Sports halftime report. The Celtics were the dominant team in that first half, without question. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Boston Celtics. The Bucks have got themselves in a bad situation that seems likely to only get worse. There isn't enough time to get into all of their problems, but I'll tell you this, they need to try to get better. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Game track. Field goals.
The Milwaukee Bucks didn't make the best use of their shots in the first half. If they want to be competitive in this game, they need to find better looks. Most of their bricks were laid in the opening quarter.
Player of the half.
Al Horford has the defense figured out, and his shots are falling for him. That's a lethal combination that will be hard to overcome.
Cold.
Forget cold. This guy will be happy to be lukewarm at this point. He can't seem to get anything going. These are the top plays from the opening half.
Number 2. Number 1.
All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game.
Well, it took a little longer than Celtics fans would have liked, but, Jay, they re-signed Marcus Smart. You look at what he brings. He's a modern-day defender with some throwback qualities as well.
He reminds me a lot of Dennis Johnson that used to play for those late Celtic teams. He's the guy that will get in your face, will pick you up full court. Even if you switch off and he's guarding a 4, he'll battle behind the 4, push him off the block. There's no doubt about it. The DNA of this team starts with Marcus Smart and also Marcus Morris. These are the 2 toughest players on the Celtics organization.
The Bucks at the controls. Bledsoe to Adetokunbo. Almost unlucky bounce to Jaylen Brown. Here comes the screen. Count the basket inside.
The defense needs to be in more of a stance and react better. A player with that kind of NBA talent level will get to the rim every time with moves like that.
Adetokunbo to Bledsoe. Brogdon to Bledsoe. Short jumper won't fall.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
No good. Defense catching a break there.
Because he had no body control. You have to be able to control your body when you attack the rim at full speed. That's part of your concentration. People assume concentration just on the rim, but your body control is everything. Be able to speed yourself up or slow yourself down.
To Hayward. A lot of contact. Shots no good and no foul.
Seems like a lot of contact on that play. If I were that player, I would pull the ref over to the side, talk to him, express to him how much contact there was so he could look for that same foul call potentially the next time down the court.
Bledsoe. Al Horford sends it away. That's his first of the game.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
And stuffs it down.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Giannis with it up top. Trailing by 14 to Bledsoe. Eric Bledsoe. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
To Horford. Irving to Marcus Smart. Nice pass to set things up.
Bulldog. Look, it ain't always going to be pretty, but this is a results-oriented business, and this dude will always give you a good ROI.
Bledsoe to Antetokounmpo. Bledsoe to Antetokounmpo. Has a chance. Shot misses there for Antetokounmpo. To Irving. Fires the three. Another chance. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now 4 for 9.
This offseason was the summer of Giannis. He discovered so much about the American culture, even some of the sweets. And I see his game has gotten even sweeter.
Irving to Horford. Trying to cash in. Missed it. He always has the green light, but the defense was ready. Bucks at the controls. Bledsoe to Antetokounmpo. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. On the follow. Way to stay with it. Timeout Boston as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. To Marcus Morris. A short jumper off the mark. Bledsoe with it up top. The deficit now up to a dozen. Here comes the screen. Curling inside. Aaron Baines. Huge block. That's his first of the game.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
Everybody in the building, including myself, thought that pass was going somewhere else. Fool me once? Okay. But you're definitely not fooling me twice.
Deep 2 there. Won't go. Deep 3 at the buzzer. There's the buzzer. 3/4 complete. The Celtics way out in front. The Bucks to inbound to start this final quarter. And not a whole lot you could do in this situation other than give it your best shot.
And players don't like to hear this, Ed, but the reality of the matter is this is a character-building opportunity. Yes, you may lose this game, but that does not mean that you do not fight each and every possession.
The assist from number 13, Malcolm Brogdon.
The ball in the hands of Kyrie Irving. To Hayward. Too much contact, and free throws coming.
I can't believe I'm about to say this about an NBA team because this is what I say to my grammar school team. But just because a team is down on the scoreboard doesn't mean you stop playing hard and smart. You really have nothing to lose, but really good habits to gain.
First one goes down. So he hits the first, misses the second. To Brogdon. Lets it fly from long range. It's Tatum with the rebound. Count the bucket for 2.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Bucks basketball. Bledsoe to Adetokunbo. Bledsoe. Off the mark. He's made those before, but that was well defended.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Kyrie across the timeline. His guys holding the big lead. Driving right to the basket. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
Oh, he should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Jason Tatum at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. For his career, 82%. Tatum's good on the free throw. It's a 3-point play as Boston adds to the lead. Milwaukee with the basketball. Bledsoe to Middleton. Shot from the lane won't go. To Irving. 4-3. You know Kyrie, zero hesitation. Buries it for 3. Simply put, when the ball's in Kyrie Irving's hands, magic could happen.
It's poetry in motion. And it's a situation in which the ball is attached to his body. He has it on a yo-yo. He can put the ball and dangle the ball out there for other people to think they have a chance. And in their mind, they do. But in Kyrie's mind, the game is over.
Kyrie. It's Middleton with the rebound. Bledsoe with the basketball. Down a bundle. To Brogdon. Fires the 3. Won't go for Brogdon. Had a hand in his face.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Plenty of contact. The shot no good.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
Nothing going here on that drive. He scores on the step back. Jay, how did he get free?
We're watching the clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Tickets for the next home game are still available at the box office.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Middleton.
Number 34, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Antetokounmpo to Lopez.
Number 13, Marcus Morris.
Greek Freak for two. He buries it off the step back.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Boston with the basketball. Here comes the screen. Hayward to Irving. Nothing going here on that drive. It's no good. Great defense. Middleton to Antetokounmpo. It's a big finish.
What a pass. I have no clue how that ball even made it through the traffic.
Rozier with it. His guys hold a commanding lead. To Hayward. To Rozier. Here's a chance from long range. Second effort. From the painted area, won't go down. John Henson with the block. That's his first of the game. Bucks at the controls.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Middleton to Antetokounmpo. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball. But sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Giannis Antetokounmpo trying to cash in on a three-point play. A career 74% free throw shooter. Free throws good to cap off the three-point play as they draw a tiny bit closer. Irving into the front court. Looking to make something happen. It's a victory here for the Celtics as they win this one handily. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Taylor Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Celtics were merciless in this game. The scoring display they put on is going to be hard to forget. It's hard to imagine anyone doesn't come away impressed with how effectively they score their points. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Boston Celtics. The Bucks are no longer suffering through what was a big-time blowout. My advice for these guys is not to watch any TV tonight because it's not going to help them forget about this game. Everyone is going to be talking about this one. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Milwaukee Bucks.
Game track. Rebounds.
The Milwaukee Bucks lost the battle for rebounds, and in turn, they ended up losing the game. You won't find too many people who are surprised when they hear that combination.
Player of the game.
Al Horford could not have been more impressive in this game. The way he scored the basketball looked like he was playing with kids in high school.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. Time now for the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and it's been our pleasure to present you with some NBA basketball.